I'm only 3 minutes late. So I think that might be a record. That might be a record. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you are having a fab week. I hope that you're also looking forward to an exit from lockdown. I hope you are also managing to find yourself some positive news stories to read rather than a lot of the negativity that we see. But it's good news. There's some good news out there. You just got to search through the media influence to find it. Starting with good news. So, Inspire, Influence, Sell. Inspire, Influence, Sell. I've had some continuing amazing feedback. Still 5-star reviews on Amazon, 29 testimonials on Amazon, plus the 6 in the book. I'm counting them all. 35 amazing reviews for the book. So thank you to everybody that's read it, everybody that's feeding back. I could not be happier. Thank you so much. It's great. It's great. And it really is, I guess it's kind of poured my heart and soul into this book. It's 30 years of selling, influencing, working with key customers and clients, sales teams, business teams, and just generally, really trying to strive to be the best at what I can do with, business and selling. And I tried to distill it into a book. And I really think, based on the feedback so far, that seems to have been achieved. So thank you, everybody, so much. Now, if you've been hiding away, you won't have heard the news. Today there is a promotion, today and tomorrow, Amazon Kindle promotion. If you want to download the book electronically to a Kindle, and if you have Kindle Unlimited, obviously it's free for you because you can download as many books as you like. But if you have a Kindle or you want to get a Kindle, you don't have to get the physical Kindle. You can get an app on your iPad or on your iPhone or on your laptop or on your Mac. Just download the Kindle app. If you've got an Amazon account, you've got access to it. Inspire, Influence, Sell today and tomorrow is just 99 pence. Yes, 99 pence. It's less than £1. It's like less than half a cup of coffee, less than half a cup of tea. 99 pence for that work of art. So if you would like to download your copy, I would love you to support my efforts. The reason we've done the 99p promotion is through the publisher Rethink Press. We are really trying to get ahead of steam on the book in this couple of days to try and get a best-selling position in the sales and marketing category. I am delighted. I've literally just checked before I came live on air. I am at number 4 on the Amazon Kindle downloads in marketing and sales. That's a win, because bestsellers, if you're in the top 10, you're a bestseller. So I am absolutely delighted. So number 4 bestseller right now. We've got 24 hours left to go. Can it make number 1? There's only one way to find out. If you could promote it for me, if anybody is out there and would like to, share my posts on it, I would be so grateful. I'm only going to do this once. We can only do it once. Amazon only allow you to do this promotion one time. So it's a one-time offer until midnight, or I think it's 11 p.m. tomorrow night. So don't wait. You don't need to wait. Just download it if you would like to. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. So absolutely delighted with feedback from the book, as I say, and absolutely delighted with the support. So thank you, everybody in my network, friends, family, associates, colleagues, everybody. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so what else is going on? Stop pushing your book, Justin. Sorry, I can't help it. What else is going on? So first thing's going on, tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 p.m, I am hosting my monthly sales mastermind group. We have a great group of people on that course, ranging from kind of director of a company, 2 directors of companies, maybe even someone is actually being promoted to director of a company, so 3 directors of companies, and high-performing salespeople. Someone else has just got a promotion, actually, a guy that's on it, he's got now a global role. So really helping people to elevate their sales and influencing skills, think about the career development, think about their professional development, and look at how we more effectively sell in this business-to-business and remote and virtual environment. And the program itself is all online content, so you can go through the structure of the sales process from end to end, from very first contact and how you make that meaningful first contact with a customer, right the way through to developing lifelong loyal customers that choose you and choose your business in the long term. So it becomes more of a partnership than a sales relationship. And that is truly what I aim to achieve with my own customers. It's what a lot of the businesses I've worked for have tried to achieve. And it's really worked, I have to say, beyond just trying to make a transaction in your sales career or sales relationships. So thinking longer term, thinking about the value creation and that long-term relationship. And we teach that all on the program, so it's all online for the actual modules and the content. It's a great platform, really good video content that just walks you step by step through each of those modules. The recommendation is that you allocate 45 minutes or so first thing in the morning every day for a month, and after 22 working days you will have completed all the modules. There is a video coaching series that takes you through step by step which modules to complete in which order, although they are laid out in logical order, but it groups the different modules together. And then you can join the monthly coaching calls and you get access to not only time with a fantastic high-performing group of business professionals, but also you get the opportunity to bring along your own personal challenges or professional challenges, to get additional perspectives from people, to ask the questions that maybe you can't ask in your own work environment, and really get some support that is more objective and hopefully based from experience rather than just someone's opinion in the organisation that you work in. So I know how valuable this can be. I'm just checking, I'm not seeing any comments on my dashboard. So if you're trying to interact with the live and you can't see, and I'm not seeing it, I'm sorry, I can't see it. I will go back into LinkedIn and Facebook later and just check and answer any questions. But for those people who are around, thank you so much. I'll tell you what I'm going to do just while I'm live. I'm going to pull up a Facebook. I'll put up my Facebook page on this monitor just in case that allows me to see any of the engagement that's going on. So let's see what happens. I was talking about self-mastery. If you're interested, let me know. The current program, we run in cohorts of 10 to 12. If you're interested, if you'd like to join, if you'd like to go through it, it's a fantastic program. It really is making such a difference. And the great thing about the book is the book complements the program. So the models on the program are in the book. In fact, there's an expansion on the program than in the book. There's an early model that helps with lead generation, lead nurturing. It's not included in the book, but it is included in the program. There's also webinars on remote selling that are included in the program, and there is a recording of each monthly session. So you can actually go back and look at all the previous monthly sessions if that's something that would be useful. You can see what topics are coming up, what are we discussing, what's on people's minds, what is hot at the moment. And of course, if you join, you get the option to ask your own questions and have those answered live. So it's all good. If you'd like to know more, let me know. The other thing I was going to talk about was a couple of personal things. The first of which is the Walk and Talk for Men event that I'm hosting in St. Neots in Little Paxton. So on Sunday, the 21st of March, I will be inviting any local St. Neots men. You don't have to be local. It makes sense if you are local. But I'm inviting any St. Neots men that would like to join a Walk and Talk group. We are predominantly just there for people to be able to spend some time in fresh air with a supportive community of other men. If you haven't got a big support network, I have to say my business network's good. My personal support network is perhaps not as strong as I'd like it to be. So selfishly, it's going to be very useful for me. I'll get to meet some new people and re-establish contact with people that should be better friends. They will be once we start this initiative. And I've been delighted so far with the support. I think we're up to 8 people for it's next Sunday. So Sunday, the 21st of March. If you know anybody, if you're in the Cambridgeshire area, the Bedfordshire area, Peterborough, they're all within kind of half an hour drive. It will be at Little Paxton Pits Nature Reserve. It's the most beautiful spot. We will be walking around the Heron Walk. The Heron Walk is absolutely stunning. There are bird hides and it's surrounded by lakes. The river Ouse runs past it. It's just a stunning walk. It will take us probably about an hour to walk around it. It's a really big loop. It's a really, really nice setting. So if you know of any men in your network, or you know, or you are a man and you would like some support, or you just like, I don't know, to improve your network or improve the connection of other men that you know, then feel free to join us. If you feel like you would like some support, you'd like to talk to somebody in a kind of non-judgmental, open way, then just feel free to connect with me, drop me a message. I have shared the WhatsApp group that we've created. So there's a WhatsApp group. You're welcome to join that group. And there's no expectation with this group. It is literally an opportunity to meet other guys, have an opportunity to walk in nature, chat some rubbish about all sorts of stuff. Empty your mind if you want to, or let someone else empty theirs and just be a sounding board. That's the idea. And for me, I said it's a personal thing. It is a personal thing. Those people that know me very well know that 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, nearly 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, I had a very difficult experience at work. It was something that had been going on for 2.5 years, and I was felt like I was battling away at it, and unfortunately didn't make time for myself to build resilience, keep on top of my own physical, mental and spiritual well-being. I started to let that slip, and it tripped me up somewhat, to put it mildly. So this is a personal thing for me. I now invest in myself on a regular basis, but I am conscious that not everybody has the access to the support, or just someone to talk to, or just a group of people where you can decompress. Sometimes decompressing is enough just to take the pressure off, take the lid off for a bit. So hopefully that's what we will be creating. It's really interesting. I've talked about this before, but when you've got if you physically injure yourself, you end up with like scars and stuff, and they eventually just become part of you, and it's all good. If you go through serious psychological trauma, and it sounds excessive, but we have stuff that really impacts us. Just the thought of it can just bring your emotions up. It's amazing how powerful it is. I think it's, I know what I notice is that by revisiting this stuff, by talking about it more frequently, I've literally only started talking about my experience in the last 6 months. But just by talking about it, actually does start to heal. It's like a healing process. I don't want to get deep on it, but that is what we will be looking to try and help facilitate in those walks on a Sunday. So I went all deep and meaningful then for a while, but something that's very important to me personally. So I should be doing that. The other thing, very, very similar, related, there's a guy in my network on Facebook and on LinkedIn, a guy called Luke Newman. Luke, I don't know if you're around, because I can't see whether I'm getting any engagement from any of my posts, because Restream seems to be a little bit quirky today, but that's okay. I'll figure it out afterwards. Luke Newman, had a great conversation with Luke. I only met him virtually recently. Before that, he and I had exchanges of messages and stuff, but nothing direct. So I had a great conversation with Luke recently on just like a meeting catch up, and he told me about the great work he's doing. It's so aligned with the Walk and Talk for Men that I'm interested in becoming a bit more involved. So Luke and I are talking about whether or not I support his work through maybe being a member of a voluntary member of the board of his business, or his charitable business. So that's called For Men to Talk. So real alignment with the work I'm doing with Walk and Talk for Men. As I say, just something that is very personal for me and means a lot to me personally and professionally. So all good, all good. If you'd like more information, if you want to get involved, if you'd like to message me about it, feel free. I'm really open to discuss it. As I say, it means a lot to me personally. Okay. The other thing, I'm on a program at the moment this year, a program by the Dent company, Dent as in make a dent in the universe. Why wouldn't you? And I am running through their key person of influence programs. It's a really interesting program, actually, especially for like a business coach or someone in my position where I'm building a business around the work that I do personally as a brand, if you like. And one of the recommendations there's a couple of things that I'll talk about. One of the recommendations was around vision, mission, origin, story, and values. And I already have vision, mission, values. I haven't really thought much about the origin story, but it was interesting. So I've been rewording and reshaping some of my values. Vision, mission, and values. So I might share some of that with you if you are interested. And what it got me thinking about was, what is meaningful? Where do I see my business going? What impact does it make? And I don't know if any of you are in sales, business development, or key account roles. I've always had this niggle about the work I do and whether or not it's meaningful. And I don't know if that resonates with you. You might think, I don't stop talking baloney, Justin. But I really do start to, as I get older, start to think about whether or not the work I do is meaningful. I think it's probably why I'm so drawn to the Walk and Talk for Men work, and I do some other voluntary work that I just find enjoyable and meaningful. So finding a bit more meaning in work, and so it's got me thinking about that for sales. And when I think about my younger self, when I was first in sales, and as I went through my sales career, really starting to think about how do I connect with deeper meaning in my work as a salesperson. Because there's this, I had a conversation with a client just this week who said, "Oh yeah, well when I went into sales, I moved to the dark side." And I've heard that so many times. We think of selling and business development and key account work as the dark side of business. It's not. It's not the dark side. But it's this negative connotation that sometimes we can have with it. So I've changed the vision for focused growth, or amended it to say we see a world where sales leaders and sales teams make a positive impact, where every sales professional feels like they can truly make a difference. And I've changed it to that because that's what I want for my own business. It's what I want for my clients. It's what I want people to feel inspired by their role in sales, not to feel like they're transacting with people. And when I talk to the best salespeople I deal with, and I mean the best, their relationships with their customers see them as advisors. They see them as critical to their business. They see them as partners. They see them as people that add so much value to their organization. They just couldn't think of dealing with anybody else. And when you get to that position as a sales or a business development or a key account person, or as a sales leader or as a coach, right? When you get to the point where your clients and customers have so much faith, trust, respect, and value in your relationship, then everything transforms. There's an elevation to the next level, and that's where for a lot of the clients I work, that's the goal. That's where we're aiming to get to. So I share that with you because earlier in my career, and perhaps not even 5 years ago, I don't know that I was thinking about it enough. What is the meaning in my business? What's the difference I make? Where's the deeper connection? So I share that with you because let's call it Philosophical Thursday, shall we? And then so that's vision. That's the kind of, where are we headed? We're headed into a world where sales professionals find more meaning in their work, right? Then the mission. So the mission is why we do what we do. What difference does it make? And so the mission for Focus Growth, as I've started to reshape it, is that we are here to create truly great sales leaders and sales teams so that they can perform at their best, deliver market-leading growth, and fulfill their highest potential. So it's really about trying to help people with fulfillment and meaning, delivering at a level that serves them, serves their customers and themselves, and helps them fulfill their highest potential. And I'm really trying to connect with something bigger and deeper than just sales training, sales coaching, because it's not that's a means to an end. It's not particularly inspiring. So I'd love to hear your feedback on that. That's the vision and the mission. I'd love to hear your feedback. I have a third principle I'm going to share with you, and then I'm going to go on to my final. No, this is the final thing. It's the final thing. Where are we? We've been on for 21 minutes. Where has that gone? Wow. The final thing that I wanted to talk about that's part of this program is the philosophy. So the Focus Growth philosophy, our giving philosophy. And as part of the DENT program, the KPI program, it's really got me to reflect on not only the meaning for the business, where we're headed, why it's important. I thought I'd done that, but it's really got me to take it to a layer deeper. And it's started to think about the giving philosophy. Now, as I talked a little bit about the charitable work that I want to do more of, but I also am conscious of kind of what we do as a business team, what I'm doing to really make a positive contribution. There's an organization called the 1% Pledge that I've been introduced to as a result of the program. And it's an organization that was originally founded as part of the structure for Salesforce.com. And Salesforce had such a success with the 1% Pledge within their own organization. And it is effectively what it sounds like. It's pledging 1% of your either time or resources to do good in the world as a business and a team. So it's a great philosophy. And when you look at what that boils down to, it's about a day a quarter. So it's committing a day once a quarter to be able to do something that is good for your local community, good for your industry, good for the market, good for your customers, good for the people you serve. And it's really, really interesting that there's a combination of that 1% Pledge, which I'm now signed up to, and I had an interview with them last week. They've sent me the banner and said, yeah, we love the work you're doing. You are definitely on board. So I'm now part of the 1% Pledge, which is great. I'm a proud member. The second component then is the UN Global Goals. And I was only really introduced to these through the program, but there are 17 UN Global Goals for sustainable development of the planet. And it's just really fascinating, actually, that I think there's a lot of people trying to create different things, and actually this exists. So it's, there are 17 key principles. They're called the UN Global Goals. If you would like to know more, then feel free to research it. But it's a really fascinating collaboration. There's all sorts of people being involved. Bill Gates is in there. Some really high level, serious business thinkers, serious business people. So it's really, really useful. And what the program has recommended is to pick two of the goals and align with them. And so the two that I've selected, one is goal number 8, which is decent work and economic growth. So ensuring that everybody can find decent work, is treated with humility, and then can work and live in an environment that has sustainable economic growth. And that's really kind of speaks to the work that I do with my business. And then the second goal is the goal 17, which is the final goal, which is partnerships to ensure that the remaining goals, the previous 16, are achieved. So it's thinking about the work that you can do to really collaborate across the other 16 goals. And they're the two that, as I've reviewed all 17, they were the two that really resonated with me, really made me think that this is where I can make the biggest impact. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And there's a philosophy around this that I've tried to encapsulate in a couple of sentences. So the first is, we believe every business can make a difference. And the second is, we are advocates for the UN global goals and the 1% pledge, and making business a force for good in the world. So it's a lofty ambition, but something that has really, as I say, got me thinking quite deeply about the impact that we could make collectively, whether that's through my network, through my business, through the collaborations that I achieve, or the business team that we're building in the background. So anyway, deep session this week. Very deep. I'm glad I got that off my chest. Thanks for listening. And if no one's listening, do you know what? It doesn't matter. I got it off my chest. Thanks again to everybody for your support, for the work that I do, the business, everything. I hope that you are keeping safe and well, personally and professionally. I hope that you are finding your own work is kind of thriving and growing. And if not, and you'd like a conversation, do feel free to reach out. I am always available for people in my network. So have a fab Thursday evening, everybody. We're at 5:30. I'm at 27 minutes because I was a bit late coming in. So have a fabulous Thursday evening. Have a wonderful Friday when you get there, and enjoy the weekend because it's nearly upon us. So have a great rest of the week, everybody. Thank you again for the support. I'll let you know if I get the #1 slot for marketing and sales. Number 4 so far, number 4. Do you know what? If that's where it gets to, I'm happy with that, but it would be great to get a #1. Always wanted a #1. Just never thought it would be a book. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, when you get there. Look forward to seeing you. I'll be back next Thursday live at 5, and have a great weekend and see you then. Thanks, everybody.